Okay. All right. Did you mute and unmute? Yes. Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk, the coach portion of Let's Talk this evening, where we're going to do some coach training. I'm Kelly Montgomery. It is super nice to see all of you tonight. I love everybody pouring in here. Yeah, Caden's like, let's go. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to quote you tonight, Caden. Caden Eccles is Gina and Adam Eccles' son, and he's just full of good stuff. So I can tell he's learned from the best. So, all right, let's go ahead and I'm going to share my screen here so you can. Oh, Jen, you gotta allow me to screen share, apparently. She's working on it. It's still not allowing me to screen share. We're just going to talk about the mindset and value of bringing on coaches tonight. And I've also got a couple guest speakers that I thought I'd bring on too, who are amazing at sponsoring coaches. So, okay, I think that it is going to allow me to share now. Yay. Okay. All right, here we go. Cool. Does that look good, Jen? Okay, awesome. All right. So as I was saying, I'm Kelly Montgomery. I've been an Optavia coach for 3.5 years now. I actually did the Nursing Moms program about 3.5 years ago, right when I started to coach. I think I started coaching 6 weeks into plan. But if you didn't hear my story from the last call, excuse me, I was had a new baby, was nursing and not shedding the weight like some of these miracle women do. And I reached out to Jen and said, hey, girl, I need help. She's like, don't worry. We have a nursing moms program. You can totally lose weight and not lose your milk supply. And I thought, there's no way. Oh my gosh. I threw my credit card at her. I said, let's go for it. I actually lost 25 pounds in 3 months. You can see my before and after here. And I didn't lose my milk supply. It was fabulous. My babies are super healthy and wonderful. Kept my weight off for a year, which was a complete miracle to me. And then I had another baby, did the program all over again, and it's been wonderful. It's been a year and a half since I've been maintaining my weight loss, and I just absolutely love Optavia, and I love sharing this opportunity with people as well. I even maybe like bringing on coaches more than I like bringing on clients, because I just think that it is so life-changing. So oh, okay, real quick before I bring on my first guest speaker, I just wanted to kind of give you an overview of what we are thinking about tonight. Okay, so the way that I think about the mindset of and value of bringing on coaches is sort of like the mindset shift we had to take when we were on program. I feel like, when you first started program, and you're just doing the diet and you're just using the food, and you're just doing your thing, and then you slowly start realizing, like, this is about a lot more than just me losing weight. This is a lot about me needing to fix what's up here. And that's where the magic happened, right? So I feel like the same thing kind of happened to me when I became a coach. I was very concentrated on clients, 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 bringing on clients. I'll just stop sharing for just a quick second. And then at some point, my mind started shifting, and I thought, I have this like absolute blessing in my hands. I need to share this with people. I need to start bringing some people alongside of me. And I also thought, I want all my best friends to be doing this with me, because I want to go on vacation with them. Because as coaches, we kind of go somewhere every quarter, more or less. And I thought, well, dang, I want all my best friends coming with me. And so I was like, let's start talking to them. And inevitably, my friends just kind of started, asking me about it anyway. And then I was like, you should really coach, because that's the true blessing here. And really, why I feel like it's more of a gift than giving the program to a client is because of our healthy trilogy. If you haven't heard it yet, if you're a newer coach, it's healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances. Okay. I thought that was a tagline that Optavia threw out there until it actually happened to me. And I was like, oh, that cannot be denied. Like, totally fixed my body. I already talked about the mindset shift. And I thought I had a pretty great mindset in the first place, but I became more positive. Can you believe? I mean, I'm already like crazy hyper, but it just like, woo, then I was like crazy, real fired up, to share this program and live this life. And then finances, oh my gosh, you guys, every week I was getting another paycheck and I was like, wow, these people are paying me too much. What is going on? And it just kept coming and coming. And I thought, oh my gosh, this Trilogy is legit. This is actually what's happening. And then I thought, why am I not sharing this with everybody? Don't you? I want that. Like, that is what I was thinking. I want this for all my friends, all of my family. And good Lord, we've pulled on a lot of people here. So it's an amazing gift to pay it forward. But I did realize at some point that I needed to start shifting my mind from just like, I need to bring more clients on, to, wow, I really should be bringing on some more coaches here. Because if you didn't know, if you're a newer coach, if you want to keep growing in Optavia, you're kind of capped at executive director. You can't reach a higher rank without building a team of people. If that is your desire, this is a great conversation for you to have. Last week, Debbie did an amazing job, blew my mind, talked about some objections that you might get for people bringing on some coaches, some objections of people not wanting to coach and the reasons why. This is talking about the mindset of you and why you would want to help bring people on. So I've got a couple tips for you, but first, I just wanted to give you a kind of setting of what we're going to talk about tonight. And I've got two amazing coaches, Kella and her husband, and Christy Lopez, whoop whoop, who I'm going to bring on to kind of give you guys some more tips and their thoughts about this. So I am going to just share screen real quick so you can see their before and after, and then I will let them talk. You can go ahead and pop off mute, Kella and Eddie, if you would like. Look at these amazing before and afters, and I am going to stop talking and let you guys take it away.
Hey, can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Well, thanks, Kelly and Jen. We are so excited to be here tonight to share our experience with sponsoring. I'm Kella, and this is my husband, Eddie. And I finally started coaching our business in August of 2019. And I say finally because it wasn't that my mentorship wasn't trying to get me to coach. They'll be the first to tell you that they did everything to get it through my thick head that I would be a good coach. And honestly, when I finally said yes, I simply wanted to pay for my program and help a couple of my friends that had shown some interest. And at first, that's all I focused on. I focused on getting those 5 people healthy so I could pay for program. I wasn't focused at all on sharing the coaching opportunity with those clients. Sure, I was scheduling those celebration calls and following the system, but I wasn't looking for the gold in my client base. In fact, in my first 5 months of coaching, I sponsored 2 coaches. But once Eddie joined me and we started focusing on finding those potential coaches, we grew the business from me being an ED on my FQV alone to global director within a year. And for the newer coaches out there, global director means that we have at least 5 executive director coaches under us. So that's pretty amazing. And when Kelly asked us to speak tonight, we both sat down and came up with several, and by several, I mean like 6 mindset blocks that we personally had that held us back from sponsoring. And I promise I'm going to let Eddie talk, but I'm going to do the first one. Honestly, the first thing that I wasn't doing was following the cardinal rule of living my health out loud. I was so worried about my friends and family thinking that I was bragging about my weight loss accomplishment that I never once posted anything about my weight loss on Facebook or talked about it with any of my friends. I would almost get embarrassed when someone would see me and even mention my weight loss. So with Eddie's encouragement, I did my own side-by-side. I closed my eyes and I hit post on Facebook. And this was one day after I said yes to Lindsay that I would be a coach. I'm pretty sure I didn't even tell her I was going to post it. So, yep, I was that coach that had no idea what she was doing and went out and posted my own side-by-side showing a crazy 50-pound weight loss in about 5 months. And now I know this is called accidental launching. And I'll say that that accidental launch was probably the best thing that I ever did for myself. People came out of the woodwork, and I was completely overwhelmed with the amount of support and love from my friends and family. It was then that my mindset shifted from feeling like I was bragging to realizing that people were really happy for me. They wanted to encourage me. And more importantly, they wanted to know the secret. So if you coaches are out there and you're on the fence about whether or not you want to post that side by side or that face to face, just do it. Close your eyes, hit the button, and watch things roll.
So one of the first things I thought of when we were asked to share was that Kella didn't initially ask for my help. Not that I wasn't helping, while Kella was doing her HAs, client supports, and supporting the two coaches that she had, I was just holding down the fort. I was making sure the kids were being fed and put to bed on time. She just assumed that I didn't want to help with the business because I hadn't done the plan yet. It wasn't until her ED celebration call that we started to discuss it. And honestly, I should have done it. I should have started sooner. I wanted to help. I just didn't know how. Don't assume that your significant others don't want you to join. Once Kella asked for me to co-coach, we felt more confident together in sharing the program. She loved having a male perspective on HAs, and honestly, it seemed like our mutual friends, especially the male ones, started reaching out more. Even though she posted first, I then posted. They felt more comfortable, and so we just proved that we're just stronger together.
Another thing was, in our mind, we just didn't want to get someone. Basically, we were just waiting on our clients to come to us expressing their interest in coaching. We were following that system, and we were setting up those celebration calls, and our mentorship would drip coaching, but we weren't actively looking for the gold in our clients. And it wasn't because we didn't have the gold, because we surely do. It was because we actually just didn't feel confident in our ability to lead. This all changed after our first two coaches came on board and began to grow. We paid super close attention to how our mentorship team guided us and showed us how to coach a coach. They helped build our confidence. They followed the system to a T and were duplicable. And so we just did the same thing. So here's a challenge. Either tonight or tomorrow, take a really good look at your clients and look for those clients that are engaged. The ones that are answering your coach calls each week, that are on the Tuesday night support calls, power hours, the ones that are telling you about their life book, or even participating in the healthy selfies. These are your potential coaches. And honestly, if they are living it out loud on their personal pages and not just in our client support pages, they are begging you to reach out to them and share this amazing opportunity with them.
So another mental block that we talked about was we made too many assumptions about our client base. How many of you have thought they have plenty of money, they don't have the time to be a coach, or they already have a successful job? Don't assume that we have no idea what is going on behind closed doors. Share this opportunity with your client. Some may not even need the income, but they just need the accountability. Someone may be miserable in their current job and are just waiting for someone to share this opportunity with them. Realize the importance of what we have been given, whether it's money, accountability, or purpose. Someone needs this right now.
Absolutely. We also didn't have that abundance mindset. We didn't see all of the benefits of sponsoring. We were just really focused on the immediate results. When we were coaching before we had a team, sure, we were helping a lot of people get healthy. But when we started sponsoring, the number of people being reached was unbelievable. When I started thinking about doing this tonight, I looked at my client base and how many people I've helped. And we've personally coached about 80 or 90 folks since we started. But when we started sponsoring, that reach has been well over 530 people. There is absolutely no way we would have been able to reach 530 people within the year and a half that we've been coaching. So last, I promise this is our last one. We didn't realize the personal impact coaching was going to have on our lives. We were focused on that one thing, paying for my program. But here are just a few of the blessings that coaching and now sponsoring have brought us. The first one is accountability. We are now holding ourselves to a higher standard of health. We're both keeping our weight off. I lost almost 90 pounds on program. And then when Eddie jumped on program, he lost 40. But being a coach is like being a role model. And we want to be amazing role models. Then a big one, and that's our finances. We're now building an amazing lives for ourselves and our kids. I don't have an income disclosure to show, so I'm not going to talk about potential income, but imagine our worry about having to send our 4 children to college. 3 of those kids start college back to back to back starting next year. We really had our minds made up that they were just going to have student loans like we did, that we spent over 10 years paying off. But you know what, guys? That is no longer our kids' reality. We are going to be able to send our kids to college. And when they graduate, they're not going to be in tens of thousands of dollars of debt like we both were when we graduated.
True. Last thing is friendships. Kelly and I, we create a like-minded circle around us. Many of our best friends are health coaches now. We are staying healthy together. So this one goes out to you guys out there. All right. Listen, pre-COVID, we all had those friends that encourage bad behavior, whether it be a night out drinking, meet up or all you can eat wings, or catching up to watch a game at a bar. Having like-minded circles now has made a huge, huge benefit for me. You know, one of my fellow coaches and I are texting and talking almost every day about how many miles we ran and different lean and greens we like. We also talk about how our health assessments are going and how we can learn from each other so the next one can do better. I am a social butterfly and I love people and I love having a good time. But the fun is no longer centered around comfort food and alcohol. It's more about staying healthy and helping others.
All right, I know we're running out of time, so I'm going to end with this. Never forget that we as coaches are saving lives. In addition to coaching, I'm a full-time financial analyst in the corporate world. And for the past 20 years of that career, I've never once saved a life. Quite the opposite, as I've actually seen a coworker being wheeled out of our office receiving CPR who sadly did not make it. So if you have one client or 100, you are saving lives. And I can think of no bigger purpose in life. Imagine sharing this opportunity with everyone and how that will multiply. Think about the lives that you guys will be saving. Okay. Thanks again, Kelly, for the opportunity to share. We're super excited.
You guys, I cried twice when you were talking. I was like, I'm gonna have to pull it together. I'm gonna have to pull it together. Holy cow, amazing job, super inspiring. Thank you so much for sharing, you guys. That was absolutely beautiful, beautiful. Okay, you guys, and then I gotta bring on some Kalo action. Let me share my screen here one more time so I can share Dr. Christy Lopez's before and after here. She's our favorite gastroenterologist, everybody. And we all ask her a lot of questions about GI issues, but I absolutely love one of my coaches, Christy Lopez. So I'm going to bring her on so she can share with us, because this girl is on fire. She has got a lot of coaches and she knows what she's doing. And so I wanted her to give you some hints. So go ahead and pop off mute, Christy, and start talking.
I think I should be off mute. And well, I was going to introduce myself as Kalo because I'm manifesting the J-Lo abs and everything like that. But, I am just an ordinary girl. I am a colonoscopist by day and health coach by night. And so I I'm so blessed to be asked to speak to you guys. Honestly, when Kelly asked me to talk, I thought really we were going to talk about like farting, gas, poop, constipation, something like that. And then she's like, well, why don't you guys talk about how this sponsoring mindset and how, you encourage coaches and all of these things. And I'm like, well, all you need to do is say, okay, so you need sustainable weight loss, be a coach. You need accountability, just be a coach. You need some finances, hey, you should be a coach. But like JMO just turned 50. So I said, hey, girl, you're 50? Well, then you need a colonoscopy. And by the way, you have some high blood pressure, diabetes. You should try my program. Did you know I used to be 200 pounds? And that's how I introduced the program to my patients, friends, clients, everybody that hops on. But before I could really explain how I do this, well, I just usually just ask those questions and continue talking. But I thought I would go back to college, a movie that I used to like, Legally Blonde. And on Elle Wood's very first day of college or of law school, she had a professor who quoted Aristotle. So I thought, well, hey, if it's good enough for Elle Woods and Harvard Law, well, it's good enough for Christy Lopez and University of Hawaii. And so I'm going to borrow 3 concepts from Aristotle and how this plays into what is going on in my head when I'm asking and approaching people to coach. And so the 3 concepts are logos, pathos, and ethos. So logos, logic, pathos, emotion, and ethos, ethics. And so let's talk about the first one, logos, so logic. So pretty much what you're doing is you're just asking people, so hey, why would you really want to do this? What is your why power? So we always talk about to our clients about their why power for starting program. And we always ask them, if you could not fail, what would be your goal? So what is your why power for coaching? If you could not fail as a health coach, how could I help you become a health coach, right? And I started to think about clients and coaches that I have sponsored or just encouraged to think about it, to explore it a little bit more, as we always say. And I said, okay, so pie in the sky goals, like what do you want to do with your life? And I'm talking to my friend who's an educator. And she's like, well, I have 2 kids. I want 4 houses, 2 for each kid. I said, well, I have this house, this beach house. And it's not because I'm a doctor that I actually have the beach house. It's because the amazing financial benefits that there came from health coaching, right? And then if we take Debbie Ahmoudi's thing, her stop became a tell me more. So then I said, hey, if you just help 5 people in a month, that's almost 500.
There's more. I could get more.
And she told me more. I told her more. And I said, hey, if you get your friends and family to help coach you and help coach along with you, then that is more. And 2,000 and 5,000. And what could you do with that 2,000 and that 5,000 every single month thereafter and thereafter? And you know what? She thought about her why, her kids, their houses. And she just happened to sign up as a coach. I think about another person who really needed this for accountability. And I said, what if there is something that you could do that you could be accountable and you could keep off your weight? And she said, tell me more. And I said, well, you could be a health coach. And she's like, I can't be a health coach. And I said, well, let me tell you a little bit more about, do you know why I'm able to keep my weight off? Do you know why I tried Atkins and South Beach and all these kinds of things and I wasn't successful? It's because I did not have accountability. And every time I do a celebration call, every time I do a Zoom, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at all these lives in front of me. And I see health. I see stamping out disease. And I also see if my face is getting fatter. So if it is, then I'm accountable to myself that I got to rein in my program. So using logic as one way of encouraging people to be
No,
a
no,
healthy
no.
is one of those strategies that I use. Now, the second is pathos, right? Emotion. So how much I know, oh my gosh, I have 3 minutes. Ugh. Okay, so emotion. Tell me about how much you think our decision making is about emotion. 50-50, 80-20, throw it in the chat, throw it in the chat. Because I did not realize how much of our decisions are based on emotion until I read this study by a neurobiologist, right? So I see all these 60-40, 80-20, 90-10. There is a study that shows that your amygdala, that's the part in your brain that gets cut out, that is in charge of emotion. So the amygdala, if it gets cut out, like with a stroke, or if they're doing an experiment in rats or whatever, gets cut out, if you lose your ability to feel and have emotions, you actually lose your ability to make decisions, even simple decisions, like what you're gonna wear for the day, what you're gonna buy at the store. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I never realized that my decision is 100% based on emotions. And then you just use logic and reasoning to rationalize the decision that you just made. So I always tell people my story. How do you show emotion? You go first. You tell them, hey, back in 2018, I was over 200 pounds at one point, and I tried to do it on my own through diet and exercise. I finally got down to 175 pounds, but I thought that's where I was going to be. I thought it would be there forever, and I was just meant to be a fat, cherubic girl. But then I found this program, and my coach shared it with me. I saw her one day at the endoscopy center, and I said, what are you doing? And she said, hey, I'm just doing this program. I pretty much threw my credit card at her too and said, hey, I've tried everything already. And 45 pounds, 5 months later, here I am. Size 16 to a size 2. And making a big difference in everybody's life because I want everybody to feel as great as I feel now. I share this because I want everybody to have the freedom that I feel now. And so you can also use metaphors as your emotion. We always talk about beacons of hope, the lighthouse. Gina was talking the other day about shining bright like a diamond. And you don't want me to sing. But all of these metaphors help to draw in that emotion. And may I ask permission to continue going just a little bit longer so I can get
Please keep going, Christy. Keep going. We're loving it.
to the third one, which is ethics. And I had to really examine myself when I became a health coach. So I challenge you, when did you draw that line in the sand and say, hey, this is my pivotal moment. This is when I stopped selling Optavia and became Optavia. When did you take this program, this gift that we have in your hand, and you used it as that vehicle to light up that person that you're doing your health assessment about, and 2 and 4? When did you realize that the gift in your hand can help unlock the dreams and the potential of everybody out there who chooses to accept that gift? Now, when you realize that, people will see that. And when people see that, they'll believe it. You have to have that belief for them until they start believing themselves. And when you can do that, it's not really convincing. It's not really selling. It's just sharing. Sharing love, sharing positivity, and sharing what we got. So when you can either grow linearly, right? You can grow and you can have a 10,000 frontline qualifying volume, making 31% commission off of that. But what if I challenge you to, instead of grow linearly, grow exponentially, where 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, and I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead because I went to public school. And those of you in Hawaii know that that's a Hawaii joke. But just imagine, like my son on New Year's Eve, lighting a sparkler on the road all by himself, but then saying, hey, let's play sparklers. Let's light it up together. And then the 2, the 4, the 8, and the rows behind me, all lit up, all shining your light so bright, all there, marching along with you so that we can all fight this battle against obesity, fight this battle against unhealthy living, fight this battle against unhappiness. We're all there marching together. And that is a beautiful thing. Thank you for letting me share. I'm sorry I'm a little bit over, but I really hope that you all consider giving the gift away.
Oh, so good, Christy. You are blowing up the chat. People are in tears. They're freaking out, loving you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your heart. That was absolutely amazing. I just love that. The last thing I'm going to leave you with, I know we're over time. I'm going to give you one image that I want to leave you guys with. Krista Horst gave me this idea, and Gina has talked about it too. Are you being a reservoir on the left of your screen where you're just you and your clients stuck in this reservoir, dammed up? Or are you on the right side where you have opened your dam and the waters are flooding and you are giving coaching away and it's flowing down this river and you are passing it along this huge ripple wave effect? Imagine the Mississippi, you are the headwater in your own health movement in Lake, I think, Itasca in Minnesota, where the start of the Mississippi River is. You're up there and you might be hanging on in this reservoir. Set that free, you guys. Let that go down the Mississippi River and spread it through the country. That's what sponsoring does. That's what giving this gift away and bringing on coaches does. Okay, so imagine that image on the right-hand side of you opening the dam and letting the waters flow. That's what I want to leave you with. Love you guys. Great night. Wonderful speakers. Thank you, Kella, Eddie, and Christy. Wonderful. Have a great night, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow on Power Hour. Bye.